And that's a terrific ball by Clough. This is David White in the first seconds of his international career, and Zubizarreta gets the better of him. A wonderful ball by Clough. Pierce drives it in, and problems there for Solosabal. And Spain at the moment showing nerves in front of their own supporters. David Platt, who scored the last 4 of England's international goals against Brazil and Finland, and the only goal in the European Championship. There's no offside here. This is Martin Vázquez, 3 in the centre for Spain, and Wood had a problem as the ball bounced in front of him and was let off rather lightly.
Yes, it looked very much as if Fonseca got to the near post here just before Woods. It's an ugly one for Woods, should have dealt with it better, but once again, that's his first real touch tonight.
Chris Woods was stung on his right hand by a wasp on Saturday morning, and it's come up rather painfully over the weekend. And here is Fonseca, and it was knocked back by Mark Wright into the hands of the goalkeeper, and that was surely a back pass.
Well, that once again shows our referees. I think the referees got caught up in the game there.
But I must say, in the Spanish League, and Ron will probably bear me out here, referees are very quick to produce cards.
Yeah, very much so. I tell you what, they are particularly keen on dissent.
Mistake by Walker. This is Martin Vázquez, who earns his living in France now. Oh, and it's Fonseca who stuck it in the back of the net. Very quick reaction, a touch of luck for Spain. It was a shot by Martin Vázquez, blocked by Fonseca, one would suspect unintentionally, but he set it up for himself.
Very much so, and it's his third chance within the opening sort of quarter of an hour, and he's took that one out very tidy.
Pierce makes the first break. Patrick got there unmarked too. White coming in behind him, and Zubizarreta flapping at that. Shearer steers it in, but I'm afraid at this level any sort of contact with the goalkeeper in those circumstances is always going to go the defender's way.
Yeah, just before that there was a lovely little cameo. I thought he flapped at that one, to be perfectly honest with you, and I think he's a bit lucky to get away with that.
Dixon in difficulties. Martin Vázquez, Vaquero for Martin Vázquez. England opened up again, and they've escaped.
Well, that's a let-off, isn't it?
Although they are similar in height, and Michel, as we concentrate on Platt for the moment, Michel going right into his own back line to try and initiate attack with a long ball through the centre. Woods has to come out and head it away from Martin Vázquez. Michel is there again, and England have a player down hurt. It's Lee Dixon, I think.
I think that is an act of sportsmanship there from Michel. Spain were in quite a good position there. Dixon stumbled in with Woods and obviously hurt himself. But Spain were in quite a good position there, Martin, and Michel, for me, very sportingly kicked the ball into touch. Sometimes you'd say there's a little bit of hypocrisy, but that was certainly that was good sportsmanship from the fellow there.
And there's very much a festival mood here with the wave being orchestrated now. Martin Vázquez, Michel. It's over Woods, and it's still in play. This is Fonseca. In fact, it's not still in play. The referee has given the goal kick, but the moment the ball left Michel's foot then, it looked as though, having gone over Woods, it was going to drop inside the post. Platt. In finding out what an international midfield is all about. Having been selected here under rather strange circumstances, with the talk of him being pulled out of the squad after the game at Old Trafford on Sunday, but it's his ball now for White, and he still might get it, or it very nearly spun Shearer's way off a tentative Zubizarreta and an agreed Zubizarreta with no justification about David White. He turned on the Manchester City man then. He was quite entitled to go for that ball.
Well, he looks the only Spanish player that doesn't look comfortable tonight, the goalkeeper.
Vizcaíno. On from Amor. England not quick to close down yet again. Martin Vasquez. He's got the better of Dixon. Michel helps him out. Oh, and Fonseca! No offside. Clear-cut opportunity. And England let off the hook. Not for the first time in this first half.
Well, there's Michel's curling ball. Now we'll see whether Fonseca was offside.
Clough got to that. Lopez just backed off for an instant, and Clough swept it wide to Andy Sinton. Pearce has come up in support, but still remains somewhat subdued. It's right in there, and it was a header in the end from Shearer, who started the season so well with Blackburn Rovers. Clough's gone towards the near post. Pearce is in there, right as well. Zubizarreta doesn't get to it. Palmer can't control it quickly enough. It's an ambitious try, but he hadn't had the opportunity to look. If he had done, he would have seen that Zubizarreta was actually back in position, although he was complaining and clutching that shoulder. Pearce, well, it's a shot of some venom. Stuart Pearce somehow hasn't been able to, through his long and distinguished international career, get as many in at this level as he does with his club. That was one of his better efforts. Merson with the free kick, right. Lopez prods it out, and Spain have a new regime themselves and a rebuilt side, and they've beaten England by the goal after 11 minutes from Fonseca. The pre-match philosophy of attack and entertainment promised much, but Graham Taylor's team not able to sustain those sentiments out on the pitch. A good early chance for David White, much might be made of that. It came very quickly in his international career. Had it been taken, it might have been a different story. There wasn't a desperate need to avoid defeat here, but the result adds ammunition to those critics of the management. And now there are 7 World Cup qualifiers to come over the course of this season, and tonight's lessons, and there are many of them, have to be absorbed immediately. Spain 1, England 0. Goodbye from Santander.